Hi Katherine, thanks for taking the time to speak to me today.
No problem.
Hey, how long have you owned Rockability for?
It's coming up to about 15 years. That's July.
That's a decent period of time in business. What made you want to become a singing teacher for your profession?
I think when I was younger, having lessons with the teachers I had lessons with, they were really inspirational. And I thought this is a great job, watching people develop and watching them learn new skills and become more confident at what they love doing.
And how long have you been teaching?
It's 23 years now. Feels like a lifetime. I'm loving it.
What was your background? Did you sing in any bands or duos? Or
Yeah, I did have a background in singing. I did sing in 5 different bands before I started teaching. And I've done like full bands, 5-piece bands, duos, trios, solos, all of that stuff.
So you have a reasonable performance background yourself then?
Yeah, I performed for about 15 years. I still do the odd performance.
Excellent. What part of the job do you like best?
I think I like all facets of the job because every day it changes. You've got students that need different things to be worked on, and sometimes you're just working on performance, sometimes you're working on recordings. It changes every day. So it's such a varied job. I don't really get sick of plain old things. They're all different.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
I think the most challenging part is keeping the students really inspired to be connected to their song emotionally. I think a lot of the time they can go into a neutral mode and they don't really feel the song, and I think that hardest part is getting to be vulnerable in front of me and being able to connect to the song so that in front of an audience they're able to do that as well.
So you think connection is a key part of performance then?
It's massive, and it's probably 80% of my job is basically keeping them connected to the lyrics and the song.
Could you imagine doing a different job?
It's a good question. I've often asked myself that. I have done a few different jobs in the corporate sector. Nothing has been as fulfilling as this job. I've really, really loved what I've done so far, and I reckon for the next 20 years I'll be doing this.
What bands do you like to listen to?
My favourite female singer would be Sia. I really like Regina Spektor. I like a lot of the singers that are a tiny bit different and unique. I loved Chris Cornell's voice. I thought he was amazing. And then I like people like the Foo Fighters. I think they're a great band. I love Dave Grohl's voice. System of a Down, I think they're amazing. I think bands that have just got a bit of an edge to them that aren't just like your everyday generic sound.
Are there any styles of singing that you don't teach?
At the moment, I'm not teaching jazz. I mean, I have taught it before. There's just not a massive, there's not a lot of people asking for it. But I would, I can teach it, and it's probably something I love to do myself. I do love to sing jazz, but it's just not asked for.
Okay. I read in your profile that you studied at the Conservatorium of Music. What was your time like there?
It was really good. It was really fun. It was rewarding. It was challenging, and every day I was learning new things about myself and about things that I could do, and it really took me out of my comfort zone, having to perform so often, having to be critiqued so often. It really makes you professional at what you do, and I think you walk out of there with a real sense of self, and you know that you can do a lot more things than you really thought you could do.
Do you ever have students that you feel won't ever be able to sing, no matter how much they try?
Look, I've had students that are definitely challenging, and students that do have pitch problems are the ones that they're tricky, because it's all about training the ear, getting the ear more developed, and then hoping that from there we can move on to more, difficult technical things. But look, once they've mastered pitch, it can all be sorted out from there.
Without giving all your trade secrets away, how do you go about trying to correct people's pitch problems?
It's a really good question. So pitch is all about learning the difference between two notes, or the interval between two notes. So it is doing lots of scales. It is making them sing a lot of things over and over again, so they feel familiar with like the da-da-da-da-da, that kind of stuff. Being able to hear things and be able to sing it back to you. Highs, lows, in the middle, the whole range. Everything needs to be explored so their ear starts to learn pitch, because pitch is a learnt skill. It's not something we're naturally born with.
Okay. What do you think makes people want to learn to sing?
I think it's a yearning for being able to express themselves. I think, we've all got this part of ourselves that we want to give. But, I think with learning to sing, it's learning how to get that out and feel comfortable that you can do it and you do sound good.
I've noticed that you've taught many high-profile artists. How do you feel when you have those kind of artists in your studio?
Oh, it is exciting. It's really rewarding, and I feel honoured that they've asked me to work with them. But they are like any other student. They're exactly the same. They have the same, they have the same differences. They have problems with certain parts of their voice, and I treat them the same way I'd treat any student. They're all just people at the end of the day.
I see that you've done a bit of studying overseas. What kind of things did you learn when you were studying in New York City?
New York was awesome, and New York was basically the start of me learning how to develop the chest voice, the screamo voice, heavy rock vocals, all those areas that I wasn't able to find here in Australia. And I think it's really made me see that, Australia didn't have those kind of teachers, and being able to bring that back here and showing that to my clients has been really rewarding.
Any particular teachers that you worked with in New York?
Yeah, I've worked with Melissa Cross, Seth Riggs, Brett Mannings, Davin Young, quite a few.
Okay, so that would be all through America, not just in New York.
Yeah, that's all through America, yeah.
Okay. Do you ever have students with bad attitudes or students you feel you can't relate to?
Not many come in with a bad attitude. A lot of them come in a bit nervous on their first lesson, and I expect that. And, I try to make them feel as warm and comfortable as I can. But look, there are students that you don't gel with on the first meeting because they're so nervous and they don't really let you into their world. And as soon as they start, putting down the walls and wanting to connect with you and to their song, it's pretty simple from there. We're really able to work with each other and help each other out.
Okay, so it's a real collaborative effort then.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you help your students with putting a demo together? Those sort of services?
We use a lot of the equipment that's behind me here. We've got Pro Tools, I've got GarageBand, I've got all kinds of stuff that we can use. I've got instruments. We make our own backing tracks. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely high on the priority list.
Okay. And final question for the day. What kind of voices do you prefer to teach?
It's a really good question. I have a soft spot for R&B voices, and have another soft spot for someone who can do really good rock vocals. But look, anyone that's going to do something that's a little bit unique, I'm into. I like finding that unique sound, and I like being able to embellish it more.
And what makes a unique voice?
A unique voice is just someone who wants to sing from their own soul. They haven't copied anyone, they're not trying to imitate anything, they're just getting their own sound and trying to make it the best they can.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time today. I really enjoyed interviewing you.
No problem.